and having known their fate to the World Cup. With Manchester, I think it's a good platform for Mourinho to give some French players who's not given an opportunity this season to play in the FA Cup.
Very historic. Well, it's a final, so would you really trust French players?
Well, he again mentioned that most of the players that have been given an opportunity to play in the World Cup, he's not going to risk it, because once you rate somebody who is about going for the World Cup, which is a big goal for most of these guys, he needs that he doesn't get the opportunity again.
But then that means that he has a lot of players that are going to represent at the World Cup that are essential part of his team. That's Paul Pogba, he has Lukaku, who are all going for the World Cup, and they are essential players for his team. So would you think that he's going to drop them and De Gea as well? Or maybe do you think De Gea will just be replaced with Sergio Romero, since Romero was the keeper for the FA Cup until he got injured?
Well, he could go for the big guys, but once the job is done, you take them off. Once the job is done around 60 minutes or 70 minutes, you take them off to freshen them up for the task ahead. Let's see how they fare against Chelsea, one of their biggest rivals when it comes to club football.
Well, but then Chelsea has been inconsistent, or they had a bad season by their own standards, if you should say they are champions. So how do you think they should approach this game?
Well, last season champions, but this season very flat performances from them. The second season syndrome that we attribute to Mourinho. It happened to
He said he wanted to avoid the Mourinho season,
but it happened to him.
It's happening now.
So it means that there is something about this Chelsea side. After winning the season, they will go flat for the next season. So it means that any coach would have to learn from their previous managers. That is what, as a coach, you need to learn once you are coming to Chelsea.
So do you think, should Antonio Conte win this, does that give him a chance to stay, like for him to still have his job at Chelsea?
Well, it will be a very big one in decision making for that is Roman Abramovich. Even if Conte does not win, I mean, he still has a lot to reflect on, because this is a former championship winning side. They can pick themselves up.
So then moving on to the World Cup, various national team coaches have released a squad for the World Cup that is happening next month. There's been a lot of talks, a lot of controversies concerning who should be in there, who is not in there. But let's start off with Argentina. Argentina have, surprisingly, Sampaoli has added Icardi and Dybala after saying that he didn't need them and they didn't fit how he wanted to play.
I mean, ultimately, he learned his mistakes. He knew that these guys' consistent performance with their various clubs. With Inter Milan, you have Mauro Icardi, 3 seasons on the road, very prolific for them. I mean, somebody who has been linked, or somebody who has been like
big money moves
from big clubs, and somebody who has been touted as the heir to Lionel Messi.
Let's move on. Belgium have their squad. There's Jordan Lukaku in there. There's Lukaku himself in there. There's Batshuayi, Mertens, Eden Hazard, Carrasco. There's no Benteke, which I think is already justified. There's no Company. Is that a surprise?
I'm not surprised Company is not playing.
But then I'm surprised Vermaelen is in there.
Well, Vermaelen, he comes with a lot of experience. I'm not saying Company does not have experience, but when you have a player who has been injury-plagued for most parts of the season, I mean, why would you have him on the board?
And I think Vermaelen hasn't played. I doubt he's played up to 10 games this season.
But Vermaelen comes with a lot of aggression, a lot of steel to the side, and Vermaelen offers a lot of dexterity in the side. He can play as a centre back, as a left back, and sometimes as a right back too. You understand? So there's a lot of dexterity to Vermaelen. I think that's why Martinez might have selected Vermaelen.
England, there's Butland, there's Pickford, there's Pope. There's no Joe Hart.
Not surprised, there is no Joe Hart. Inconsistent with them, West Ham. But with the keepers that have been selected, I'm looking at Pickford or Butland to start.
Okay. Pickford or Butland to start. But then there's cheap. There's no Shelby.
Well, for Shelby, I'm surprised Shelby didn't make the squad. I thought Shelby played very well for Newcastle this season. At least he should have made the squad. A player like Jack Wilshere had his injury concerns, but the version of Jack Wilshere in a match would be able to determine so much things. He gives the final third pass,
Yeah.
and that's what you expect from your midfielders. Now he has an array of midfielders. I don't know if any of them has the sort of vision that Jack Wilshere has, but these midfielders will have to justify their inclusion into the squad by very soon.
Okay, so moving on to Portugal, there's Rui Patricio, who I think will be starting as number one. There's Cedric from Southampton, who plays for Southampton. There's Ricardo Pereira, Pepe from Besiktas. We all know Pepe. There's Jose Font, Bruno Alves, Rafael Guerrero, and Ruben Diaz. So, well, midfielders, there's Willem Carvalho. Uh, there's Andre Gomez. Yes, there's no Andre Gomez. There's Edwin Silva. There's João Moutinho. There's João Mario. There's Manuel Fernandes and Bruno Fernandes as well.
Oh,
So no,
Andre Gomez?
yeah, no Andre Gomez, no Sanchez. Well, Sanchez, I think Renato Sanchez. We all know.
I mean, with this squad that was put out by Fernando Santos, these are guys that have been doing very well for clubs, and if you are not there, it's because you've been inconsistent or played very well for with your side.
Right. So well,
With Renato Sanchez, we know his problem with Swansea.
right. So there's Cristiano Ronaldo, who you can't take out, even if he was injured, still be in the squad. There's Andre Silva, AC Milan. There's Martins, Ricardo Quaresma, first World Cup appearance for him. There's Bernardo Silva, and there's Goncalo.
Yeah, Goncalo Guedes. He plays for PSG, but he was loaned out to
Valencia.
Very, very good guy. Very good guy. He offers width. He could play like both sides of the pitch, like the attacking show. Very good side from Fernando Santos.
Okay, so well, France, where there's a lot of talks and a lot of controversies now. There's Ariola, keeper for PSG. There's Hugo Lloris for Spurs. There's Mandanda for Olympic Marseille. So then, moving on to defenders, there's Hernandez. There's Kimpembe. There's Benjamin Mendy.
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise inclusion, Mendy.
We're very surprised about Mendy's inclusion, but I feel that, particularly in recent times, France have not had any left back position to rival after Patrice Evra retired. But
Okay.
I mean, with Mendy coming in, I think he offers a lot of width.
But then
From the
I'm
left side.
surprised not to see any Kuzawa in there because Kuzawa would also be another option to the left back.
Well, it depends on how Didier Deschamps wants to line up his side and the player he trusts to give him the best on the field. Maybe he didn't feel Kuzawa was the right guy for him. He is in France. He plays with PSG. He might have watched Kuzawa a lot of times ahead of Mendy, who played barely 10 games for Man City. But maybe Mendy offers something that Kuzawa doesn't offer for the side.
Okay, well, there's Umtiti, there's Varane, and there's Rami. There's Kante, Matuidi, Izonzi, Pogba, and Tolisso. There's no Eden Rabiot in there. And do you think Rabiot should have made a squad?
John Rabiot not playing. I mean, it's a big blow for the side, but they have equally talented players that can fit into the role. So why not?
Okay, well, so then there's Osman Dembele, Fekir, Giroud, Antoine Griezmann, Thomas Lemar, Mbappe, and Thauvin. And well, there are talks that there's no Lacazette, there's no Martial. Payet, yeah, we know that he's injured. So probably if he wasn't injured, I think he would be in the squad.
Sure. I
But
would
then-
have been in the squad ahead
then-
of maybe Lama.
Yeah. So right now there's Lamar, who people think that Martial or Lacazette should have been in there ahead of him.
No doubt about that. Lacazette, he did very well with Arsenal, like the very first few months of his career with Arsenal. But particularly moving on, I mean, he's had these issues with the side until you had Aubameyang coming into the side, signing in
Being the main man.
short and some injury concerns to him. But I mean, Giroud will be the spearhead in attack for that is France this season. With Martial not playing, I mean, Martial has had his issues with Mourinho, but whenever he's playing with the side, you know what he can do.
Okay.
It's not lost.
All hope is not lost for Anthony Martial and the other people that are
not in the World Cup squad. Well, moving on from football into NBA, the Celtics and the Cavs have played out 2 games already, and all have been in the favor of the Celtics. Celtics lead the series 2-0 ahead of the Cavs. They head into game 3 on Sunday. Well, maybe if Cavs could pull one back, or it will be a 3-0 for the Celtics. We are yet to see. But the Golden State Warriors against the
Rockets.
against the Houston Rockets as well. It's a 1-1 right now after 2 games, of which they are yet to enter the game 3. That has been it. Our very own Touchline Live Awards. We're talking about the team of the season, manager of the season, worst manager, best manager, best buy, flop of the season, worst buy, and all of that.
So with team of the season, Benny, with the West by, it has to go to Morata. But the West by, it has to go to Salah. And manager of the season, Sean Dyche.
Manager of the season is Sean Dyche. Worst manager of the season. How about the worst
manager of the season? I would go for, that is Tony Pulis.
So best goal of the season.
It has to go to Matic. For me, I think the goal against Crystal Palace, the 3-2, the 90th minute winner against Crystal Palace. The technique, the build-up leading to that goal, the distance with which he struck that, about 40 yards, I think it has to go to him.
Well, my best goal go to Obiang versus Spurs. I think that strike was like a super strike. That match ended in a 1-1 battle. Wow, the sort of speed you could see the ball travel from the time Obiang struck the ball was ferocious. It was a ferocious strike. But your match of the season, who do you go for? Which match would you go for?
Match of the season. I would just want to go with. It's not really a match that has the whole crack best to it, but I would certainly go for Brighton and also Liverpool. Brighton Liverpool. Yes, Brighton Liverpool.
Okay. All right. Well, my match of the season is Arsenal versus Man United because it was an action-packed game. Well, I mean, the game at the Emirates was action-packed. United attacking, then drawing back. Arsenal throwing whatever they could. United still defending relentless. It was a good, entertaining game by our standards. So yeah, that'll be my match of the season. And on that note, I think it's time to draw curtains on Touchline Live for today or for this episode. Well, thank you for staying with us, and we'll see you some other time next week. Bye bye.
Peace out.